Riverdale sometimes deals with disturbing and problematic topics. We provided a list of content warnings in the episode description. Hello and welcome to Dead Ends. I'm Emily.
I'm Brenton.
And we have the last episode of season 4 for you and the first episode of season 5 of Riverdale.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Now, you may think that's weird. Weren't they going to take a break in between these two? And they were, but not yet, because the storyline is not over.
That's
we
right.
will be taking a break after next week's episode.
Yep, we'll be going over to Sabrina.
Going over to Sabrina, and we'll be going over to Katie Keene, right?
That's right.
To meet K.O. Kelly for real.
Exactly. We'll be doing the 2 final seasons of Sabrina, and then jumping over to Katie Keene, and then back to Riverdale.
And aesthetically, if you're watching this video on YouTube and you go, why are they kind of in a different spot or maybe so scrunched together? Our bedroom door came off its hinges. And it just came off. It just came off the hinge. The hinge came off the wall, actually, if we're being honest. The screws said they weren't doing it anymore. They checked out. They said they're done. So there's a door on the floor next to us in this room because we can't leave it propped against the wall in our bedroom because our dog is an idiot.
Yeah.
And we love him, but he's a small guy.
Yeah.
And he's not the best at not bumping into things because he's an old guy.
Yeah.
Well, he's always been that way. I'm like, it's
That's
because he's old. And then I'm like, he's never been spatially aware.
Fact check on that one.
I don't really know. I don't know if other corgis are. I know our corgi is not. So there's a door on the ground next to me. So if you're watching this and you're like, the lighting's a little weird or something's off, that's because there's a door on the floor next to me. It's going to get replaced. We're getting a new door and they're going to haul this door away when they do that. But until then, there's a door on the floor next to me.
You don't realize how big a door is until it's lying
On the ground in your space.
You have to move it.
And this is the smallest room in our condo because there aren't a lot of rooms
Out of the other room.
Yeah. Or our living room. This
That's
is the
true.
room it made the most sense to put it in. There's a spot for it. But unfortunately, that is encroaching in my space when we do this.
Mm-hmm.
So just know that if you at some point see me fall out of my chair and there's like a thump or I hit my foot or something and I'm yelling, it's because there's a door on the floor next to me.
That's right.
Anyway, that being said, are we ready to kill Mr. Honey?
Listen. Flawless segue.
Thank you.
We'll start
I was
with...
in a sorority.
Yeah, very good at it. It shows.
We were taught to transition.
We'll start with a little production background. So, as we've mentioned before, the Killing Mr. Honey is episode, chapter 76, is the season 4 finale. It was originally planned to not be the finale, but COVID intervened, made them shut down production, and they were not able to finish the rest of the season.
Honestly, like a decent episode to end on. It's not a finale worthy episode, but you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Something happens.
Exactly. And as the show usually does is we get the reveal and then some emotional things, the reveal of the mystery, and then usually like wrapping up with characters. It's like this, it's like, oh, we're having a silly one.
But because of this, we start season 5 on the saddest notes.
Yes. And so that season 5, what the next episode is the name, the climax was, as they put it, or as Roberto Aguirre Sacasa put it, like half or 2/3, quote unquote, of the way filmed when they got shut down. And they were like, oh, do we... it's like when we shut down, the first thing I did was I looked at all the footage from the episode to see if we could cobble something together for a finale. And though we'd shot the prom, there were so many scenes between Betty and Jughead, Archie and Veronica, which they hadn't shot, and felt like, let's let the episode be for now, and we'll pick up with season 5. So that's where we get these first 3 episodes of season 5 that'll be coming out. So the next 2 episodes after this as well, that were supposed to be the end of season 4. So spoilers real quick, but the episode on the graduation was where season 4 was supposed to end.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think telling them there's a graduation episode at the end of the senior year plotline is
That's
a
right.
spoiler. You didn't say who was graduating.
That's right. And okay, yeah, so we got all that. So then they shut down in March of 2020. On June 24th, 2020 is when Vancouver obtained some COVID safety guidelines to restart productions of movies and TV. And then Warner Brothers in mid-July was talking about we really hope to resume production of shows at the end of August. The cast did their first script reading on Zoom in September, and then production officially began in Vancouver in September of 2020. Lily Reinhart mentioned it was just kind of awful, filming that, because it's she had this nice time, some time to herself that she needed, and seeing people. And then it's returning back. She's I felt like a prisoner because I can't leave Canada, and that doesn't feel good. I can't go home for Thanksgiving. I can't visit family. And it's and she put, no one can come visit you unless they quarantine for 2 weeks. It just feels fucked.
Yeah.
So you're in this impossible position of, we need to continue making the show for, of course, capitalism reasons and fan reasons and all these sorts of things. And then, of course, the cast is well, this just is brutal. I'm isolated.
Yeah, we're just stuck here together.
Yeah, and
with
they have
only each other.
And they had to do weird precautions because, again, it was early days. I think KJ Appa mentioned they had to rinse out their mouths for 30 minutes before makeout scenes and stuff.
So funny.
Yeah. So the other thing coming into season 5 is Vanessa Morgan speaking up over essentially being a tokenized Black character, which we've talked about, all these things. So I'm pulling up the article right now, and weird. It did this. I don't visit Deadline often, but it literally said loading your content, and there's a little image over the the stuff.
It said we're not ready to give you the words yet.
Yeah. And it was funny because she had originally it had first kind of shown up, or at least tracking here, is that someone had kind of floated Ashley Murray was a diva on, or called her a diva on set or something like that. And so she on Vanessa Morgan on Twitter was just stood up for her, and it's just
I remember this.
Yeah, what the fuck. And then she posted a note on Twitter after of just I'm not being quiet anymore. I'm tired of how Black people are portrayed in media, and tired of us always being sidekicks and one dimensional, just nothing going on in comparison to white leads. And this is also around Black Lives Matter. So post this on there. And I'd responded to a commenter as well, being imagine they're getting so much more bang for their buck because you're part of an LGBTQ storyline too. Double the diversity, double your paycheck, in my opinion, all caps. So that was what the commenter said. And then Vanessa Morgan followed up with, Lamau, too bad I'm the only Black series regular, but also paid the least. And then ... girl, I could go on for days.
Yeah.
And so completely stand by it. We've talked about how much wasted potential that Toni has on the show, getting nothing to do. And obviously, honestly, good for her to speak up. And so they later, Roberto, issued a statement out there of she's absolutely right. We need to do better. We need to work on this. In the writer's room, we're actually going to show her more and get her more involved, essentially. And then so in the article that I pulled, it's a Refinery 29 article for the upcoming season 5. It's what we can expect. He's oh, there's definitely a lot of Toni's backstory in this season. We'll meet some of Toni's other family members, and it's a good story. So, and then I also saw...
But I remember this plot.
Whether you think it's a good story or not is beside the point. But it also seems like she was moved up
to a main cast.
Yeah, exactly. Hi, it's us in the edit. We're recording a correction. It was actually Vanessa Morgan was made main cast member in season 3. So they didn't even make her a main cast member. It's just they decided they were going to write her better. And you, again, figure out if you like it or not.
Stay tuned.
Back to the episode. So...
no, I want her to get her money and get everything that she deserves. I just still think that they potentially utilized not great tropes, but I can't remember. So I'll be intrigued to see how I feel rewatching it, because I think there was a way to incorporate what they do without making it what they do.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, so main cast members is Vanessa Morgan.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's yeah, exactly. Like great honor, like speaking up, because it's exactly what you said. But we'll see what we think of what they do with Toni.
Yeah.
Whether it passes water or not.
I'm already annoyed with what they're doing with her in the season 5 opener. So.
Yep.
I'm like, that's not Toni.
No. It's a weird one, and we'll definitely talk about that.
Yeah.
Well, in this episode news, we got one cast member that we'll also see in Katie Keene.
Yeah.
K.O. Kelly, played by Zane Holtz. He was Barf Bag in Holes. I do not remember Barf Bag in Holes.
Really?
Let's see. I remember Zero. And I remember Caveman.
No one has to listen to anyone sing the whole song more than I have to listen to Brendan sing the whole song.
What is it? Because they do a whole rap at the end. Dig 'em up on holes, dig 'em.
I was like, what do you mean, what is it? Like, you don't know.
I'm trying to remember what Shia LaBeouf's verse in it is. Oh, I got no respect because I'm the new man. Check out my tag. It said my name is Caveman. I've not rewatched that since I was little, but the Holes fever swept across my 5th grade class because we read it and then it came out in theaters.
I read it and I watched it too because I was a year behind you, but same shit. And I was like, why do people enjoy this? I was like, this is the worst story I've ever read.
I mean, there's something to it of putting these kids in
no, it's awful. So it's about child abuse.
Yeah,
but that's not what they make it feel like.
Well, I mean, they all have nicknames and stuff.
Yeah, but I feel like in the movie it does not feel that way, and that's not the way people took it. At least that's not the way I felt like people were taking it at 11.
Right.
I have not rewatched this movie since I was 11.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't think we were really fully taken it either, other than they get one over on Sigourney Weaver.
They beat the bad guys,
Yeah, but now everybody remembers Holes for being like, that's too damn bad.
Yeah, I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Because the TikTok audio.
It's so good. Screaming at this.
As a child, you know what my biggest issue with Holes was? I was like, who the fuck is gonna bite into an onion like that?
I know.
But then I know people do.
Apparently, they taste really good on Holes. It makes you really want to bite into an onion. I will say that. Because they're like, this is so delicious.
Yeah, because they're being starved.
Oh, that's true.
That's why it's still. See, do you see the point once again?
Yeah. But I mean, just aesthetically.
Point proof for how I feel like people took the movie.
But aesthetically, when you see them go oh, it's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But aren't they being starved?
Yes.
Yeah.
And also they had when they come upon that, they had been wandering in the desert. Well, moving off of Holes. He was also in the.
You want us to watch Holes?
I think I'm all right.
We'll do a read along.
That's right.
We're gonna do each grade. We'll pick Holes, and then I don't know what's a really sad movie.
Tuck Everlasting was 6th grade.
Yeah, I read Where the Red Fern Grows in 6th grade, but I don't know if there's a movie.
I didn't read that.
Don't. Just don't.
That's another dog book, right?
Yeah, it's a dog book.
That's
a dog book, all right.
I don't know about 7th and 8th. Well, we'll come up with it and we'll do a curriculum.
Yeah, well, let's make a curriculum.
Yeah. Our early episodes are going to be really quick.
Cat in the Hat.
Exactly. You're going to want to watch the video version on that because you're not going to get the full story because we're going to be showing the pictures. Now, what does it say about gender when the Cat in the Hat does this?
1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish.
That's right. Yeah. We could pick our sound off on your favorite Dr. Seuss, which we should read.
Well, or we could pick does Rainbow Fish have a movie? Rainbow Fish should have a movie, but I don't think it does. Rainbow Fish is a horrible book. And that's why I think it would make a great podcast episode. I could go on and on about Rainbow Fish and The Giving Tree.
Oh. Yeah.
2 equally horrific stories.
Of giving too much of yourself.
About other, especially with Rainbow Fish, it's to make other people happy, you must give away parts of yourself.
Nah, it's a bad message.
Are you fucking kidding me? Anyway. Back to Kayla Kelly.
Yeah, Zane Holtz was also in Make It or Break It as Austin Tucker. This is an ABC family drama that focused on the lives of teen gymnasts who strive to make it to the Olympics in 2012. And this was inspired by one of your favorite movies, Stick It.
Stick It is an excellent movie. If you don't like Stick It or Center Stage, I don't believe in your taste.
There you go.
I think you have bad taste. And that's okay. You're allowed to have bad taste.
She's not going to come hunt you down, but
yeah,
sure.
no, you're allowed to have bad taste, but it's bad, and I need you to know that. Every time I look up, Stick It probably is a lot higher ranked than Center Stage on.
I think it was when we looked at it, yeah.
On
Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes. But I'm like, this movie, Center Stage, was not for the men who write things on Rotten Tomatoes. Center Stage was for dancers.
That's right.
And the dance community. And if you can't appreciate that, you're wrong. You don't appreciate the arts, Timmy.
That's right. Timmy. You know who you are. He was also in the From Dusk Till Dawn TV series as Richie Gecko, and also in the music video for Confident by Demi Lovato.
What's wrong with me?
Oh, that's okay. I know that song. I was going to be like, I don't know that song, but I'm like, oh, wait, no, I do know that song.
Brenton often thinks he doesn't know a pop song, and the truth is he didn't know the song's name.
Yes.
Which is fair.
Mm-hmm.
But 9 times out of 10, you're like, I've never heard that. And I'm like, you know the words to that song.
Yes. I heard it ambiently, so then I didn't know the name.
There you go.
But that is it for our cast this week. So we will go back over to our episode.
And now we'll kill Mr. Honey.
That's right. Which the title is based off of.
Sorry.
Okay. Real quick, we're going to show the desktop background that I closed the tab that I had up. This is what we're greeted with. 2 squirrels in a log.
I didn't know you had Chip and Dale up here.
Oh, God. Windows is so weird.
Okay, why is it not just like a set background?
I don't know.
Can you set a background so it doesn't do this?
Probably.
You like right.
It'll rotate every time. Every day,
time it's a different photo.
That's the wildest one. Imagine you're just sitting there and then you close your tab and there's 2 squirrels.
You opened it earlier?
I have no idea. I don't think so. I probably would have noticed it. It's usually when I like turn it on or take it off sleep, it takes a minute to like update to the new photo.
Okay, cool. Cool. They're little Tobies.
It's interesting. I'll tell you what.
You're going to have to cut some of this. Nobody's going to want to listen to me laugh for 10 minutes. Okay, you want to start reading?
Yeah, that sounds good. The title was based off of Killing Mr. Griffin, which is a 1978 suspense novel, which was turned into a television movie in 1997, which is about a group of teenage students at New Mexico High School who plan to kidnap their strict English teacher, Mr. Griffin. Hey, it's kind of like what they do in this. But importantly, this episode is the directorial debut of none other than Mashinamik.
Woo!
Uh-huh. Go her. All right. Betty.
Sorry.
You're still looking at the squirrels?
I'm trying not to look at the squirrels. And it's like when you try not to look at an elephant or think of the word elephant.
We'll just pull up a random tab.
Yeah, put something else there.
Yeah. There we go.
Thank you.
There's an album cover on Bandcamp that I haven't bought yet.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
Betty, Jughead, and Charles watched the Jason death video and the recreation from the voyeur and auteur.
So one of our listeners, Sarah Weir's, friend of the pod, had pointed out to me, she's like, is Jughead saying that really weird? Or like, is Cole Sprouse saying it really weird? Or like, and I was like, yeah, I noticed that too. And I forgot to bring it up on last week's episode that he said voyeur. Or? It's like very or.
Mm-hmm.
Or. And I was like, because I went to a poor public school, I just assume I'm mispronouncing things. I learned all my words through reading. You know what? We're doing our best over here. And so I pointed out to Brenton. He's like, oh, I hadn't heard it. So then in this episode, he was listening for it. And he's like, yeah, it is there.
Yes. And then he does the same thing for auteur.
Auteur.
Yeah, because in this, the Jughead says he thinks the voyeur is trying to be an auteur and blur the line between fact and fiction. Betty steps out to let Jughead and Charles look into the tapes so she can finish the yearbook. She then brings the finished yearbook to Principal Honey, who's like, well, it's going to be no yearbook this year because you missed the deadline. And she's like, well, I got an extension for 2 days. He's like, well, I have to review every page and I'm just not going to do it in time. And then she leaves livid.
So when I was in high school, yearbook was a class.
Yeah, I was part of it.
People did it.
Mm-hmm. It was great.
Yeah.
We called out our friends from class all the time to be like, yeah, it's for the yearbook. And we'd just go like mess around or they'd come hang out.
See, I was in ASB in the same period that a lot of my friends were in yearbook. So they would come get me and like if they needed photos and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, no.
Teachers ended up putting the kibosh on that.
Yeah,
Not the yearbook teacher, but the other teacher.
I can't imagine why.
You can't keep coming and pulling them out of class.
Yeah.
Jughead gets a call from Dina Lunham, who's the admissions officer at University of Ira.
You mispronounced every word in that sentence.
Yes. Who's the admissions officer at University of Iowa. He tells the news in the student lounge that he needs to submit another story to get into their fall session. Betty comes in and tells everyone about the yearbook and that Honey has been on their cases since day one.
She also says she's proud of Jughead.
Yes.
She acknowledges him first.
Mm-hmm. And then the only friends that are not banned from prom are Jughead and Archie, and they joke like, what if we went together? Ha ha ha, wouldn't that be horrible?
And Kevin goes, let the fan fiction begin.
Yep.
Which I love when we use Kevin as the insert character for the fandom, as we used to in earlier seasons. I think that's an important aspect of Kevin's character, and we need more of it.
Yeah, they've been doing that more and more lately.
Mm-hmm. But they used to do it a lot at the beginning.
Yeah.
We just got really distracted in the middle with the griffins and the gargoyles.
And then Kevin has never been the same.
Well, he went to the farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just made him a villain.
I kind of forget about that, like that he and Fangs and Cheryl and Toni were all part of a cult.
And then later, Principal Weatherby.
But he's back.
That's right.
He's back.
Betty floats killing Mr. Honey to shock from everyone, and then she's like, or we could scare him so much he'll leave town. And then we get a fantasy seed where they come to the school to scare him after hours, where they wear Stonewall prep jackets and bunny masks and knock him out and take him out to the lodge cabin. The lodge.
And it's like everyone contributes to Betty's idea. So like Betty offers the idea. Archie's like, he'd recognize us. So she's like, okay, we'd wear Stonewall prep clothes. And then Veronica's like, we could take him to, it's not the lodge. It's a cabin in the woods. Right?
No, because this comes back around that it's the lodge.
No, it's the cabin in the woods, which is different than the lodge that they went to.
Apologies. Yes.
Hermione's
side piece.
Sex lodge.
Yeah, sex/murder lodge.
Yeah. One and the same.
That's right.
So Veronica offers that, and then Cheryl offers the maple boarding. So they all add to Betty's.
Yeah. So they take him to the cabin in the woods, and then in Fox Forest, and maple board him. String of words there. Sorry. When you had said maple bird, it just really doesn't put it together. Yeah, maple boarding.
Just maple boarding.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's really dumb when you hear it out loud, but then you start to get used to it.
But also, it's just crazy.
Also, sticky.
Yeah. They tell him to leave town, and then Reggie's like,
imagine trying to get maple syrup,
and then trying to breathe through it. You'd probably kill someone that way. Reggie offers the alternative to pull off a big senior prank instead. Principal Honey sits in his chair and finds that he's super glued to it. He grabs his phone and to answer it and finds that it's stuck to his hand. And then cut to the fire department wheeling him out of the office as they leave. And Betty's like, I think we still should have just killed him.
Yeah, so they actually did Reggie's senior prank.
Yes. Betty wakes up and Jughead is writing a story called Killing Mr. Honey because he has never had an original idea in his life.
Yeah. That everyone's like, this boy's so talented and he's got a lot of promise. And I think you should write what you know. But Jughead literally just writes what he saw. He's more, like you said, like a Truman Capote.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's giving true crime versus fiction.
Yes, absolutely.
But he likes to fictionalize it.
Yeah. So then that makes Betty his...
if he's F. Scott Fitzgerald, is that what we're playing? Or?
Oh, no. Who helped Truman Capote? She wrote To Kill a Mockingbird.
The Lee Harper.
I think you're right.
It's something Lee Harper. Look it up. Look it up.
Yeah,
It's gonna
can't
annoy
believe I
me because
remember.
I'm not fully right.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Not How to Kill a Mockingbird. Harper Lee.
Harper Lee.
Yeah.
No. What did I say? Lee Harper?
Yeah. So close.
I was doing it like I was in the library.
Mm-hmm.
Lee, Harper.
Right.
No. Thank you. Harper Lee.
And to clarify that, not that they were romantically involved, but Harper Lee assisted Truman Capote in putting together all the evidence and helping write in cold blood, and then she got none of the credits. And I believe it led to a falling out in their friendship.
I can't imagine why.
I know.
Men.
Betty reads the story and picks up. Betty reads, and then we cut to the story. Picks up with the friends having tied Honey up in the lodge, and they can't find his glasses. Honey says he knows who kidnapped them all, and then Reggie takes off his mask, which confirms Honey's guess on who the kidnappers are. And the Jughead's like, "Reggie, you idiot!" And then Mr. Honey goads him by saying, like, is this because they beat up Honey? It's like, is this what your father does to you? So then, after Reggie had started wailing on him, Mr. Honey goads him and says, is this what your father does to you? So Jughead and Archie pull him out and take him outside. Back in the real world, Betty says she loves it and goes to meet with Charles as Jughead keeps typing. This means that Jughead wrote Reggie's abuse into his book.
His story. It's not a book. It's just an admission story.
Right.
To get in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it also is interesting, and we'll talk about this after, like what Jughead thinks of other people and like how he views them, which we know the whole show is mostly from Jughead's narration, which makes sense. I guess it makes sense that this is all that Jughead writes, because what is Riverdale if not Jughead writing the story? Because that's how it's really starts. Yeah. So it makes sense, but it is funny that he writes Reggie to be even dumber than Reggie is.
Yes. So, Jughead keeps typing. Back in the story, Cheryl has the first watch on Mr. Honey. He asks how she thinks this ends, and she's like, well, Bughead have a plan, and he tries to goad her into calling her a follower. Cheryl then calls him out and asks her to make a video that he will let them back to prom and not punish them. And Honey says, release me and I'll tell the police, and your lives won't be completely ruined. And Cheryl doesn't bite and is like, so you're not going to film the video then? And he's like, I won't. And she's like, well, it's your funeral. In the real world, Charles shows Betty the next video, which is a recreation of Midge's death from the musical, Carrie, the musical. In the story, Veronica and Archie check on Mr. Honey and find him collapsed on the floor, and Veronica finds that he has no pulse. In the real world, Honey makes an announcement to the school that prom is canceled until the perpetrator turns themselves in, and then Cheryl's like, way to go, Reggie, for your terrible plan, and we learn that Archie and Kevin helped him. Archie says we need to think strategically to get prom back on track and for us to go. Betty, what should we do?
So one of the things I really thought was funny about this scene is Cheryl's like, I can't be the only student body president that doesn't have a prom. Like, why do the rest of them care that prom's canceled? They weren't going.
That's true. Were they not?
No, remember they were all
banned.
They're all banned from prom.
Right. And Betty says, let's look into the skeletons in his closet. Back in the story, all the friends are worried about what happened to Mr. Honey. Betty gets everyone together by saying they're not going to let this ruin their lives, and everyone has gotten rid of a dead body before except for Reggie. In the real world, Betty found out that Honey has canceled prom at every high school he's worked at, and she has a plan. All the friends then go to their parents to complain. And all the parents with the kids go to school to demand Honey reinstate prom. Mary brings up a court case from Greendale that the parents sued Mr. Honey for canceling prom and won. Hiram and Alice are also bring up their bona fides, while Tom and FP are like, we're the muscle. Honey asks for all the parents to join him in the office to talk, and Cheryl invites herself as student body president. In the story, the boys bury Honey's body. In the real world, Bughead talk about how much they've said the words in the book in real life. Jughead just has a mind like a steel trap, so he's just like, I can just regurgitate this on the page.
Which body should I call upon? I don't know. How many times has Jughead
buried a body?
Buried a body.
I don't think often.
Has he buried a body?
He does raise his hand in the story.
But has he in real life? Who has buried a body?
Wait, did he help with... He didn't... Did he help with burying the guy that the Coopers killed?
Doesn't she tell him after? No.
FP helps.
FP helps.
Yeah, so it's FP and Jughead.
Jughead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whose body is Betty buried then?
She helped with that body.
Yeah. Who'd Veronica bury?
Who did Veronica? I guess potentially not Jughead, but
Well, who's Archie buried?
oh,
Do you think they're pulling off the Jughead murder?
Maybe.
But he's not dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but they didn't bury his body. Who's gotten rid of a dead body before?
Yeah. We'll have to think on this.
So Cheryl for sure has, though.
Yes. And Toni.
And Toni, but Toni's not there.
Mm-mm.
And Jughead and FP, so Jughead.
Mm-hmm. Betty, I guess, kind of helped with like prepping the body.
Yeah, she's gotten rid of a body, I guess, in that.
Yeah, I don't know who Veronica's buried.
Who has everyone killed? We'll have to look this up.
Yeah. We'll noodle on it.
Yeah. If you know, let us know. Put it in the comments.
That's right.
It's hard for me to remember.
Yeah.
Like, so much has happened.
So much has happened. The real world, Bughead talks about how much they've said that. Oh, yeah. Cheryl breaks the news that prom is back on and everyone celebrates as pops. The parents all take turns telling the kids how proud they are of them. In the story, the friends are back at school and Reggie's breaking. Kevin says, hey, some adventure scouts found glasses in the woods that may belong to Principal Honey, and the police are searching the woods for him. Real world. Bughead have to go to Principal Honey's office, and they find Charles there. Principal Honey received another tape filming the outside of the school, and then every part of the inside of the building. Honey says it seemed like a threat, and he needs to put the school on high alert and cancel prom. Privately, Bughead plus Charles think it might be a hoax that Honey put together. In the story, Reggie hears football players discussing Principal Honey, rumors that he ran off, and then Reggie is about to say that the police won't find him because he's dead when Archie grabs him and tells him to shut up. In the real world, Betty watches the school videotape and sees a reflection in a shot that shows Principal Honey with the camera. Betty and the other half Coopers show Honey the screenshot. Bughead says he has a vendetta against them, and Honey says he was just trying to protect them. In the story, Reggie is dead and Cheryl sobs outside his locker. The friends all gather in the music room and Jughead yells at her that Reggie was out of control. Veronica's like, we didn't have to cut his brakes. And Betty's like, Veronica, we didn't cut his brakes. Wink. And Betty says, we didn't do it. It was an accident. And Veronica can't believe they're acting like this. And Archie's like, well, we all need to stick together. And Veronica thinks Archie is a monster. And Jughead says, we've always been monsters. Are we going to be monsters in college or jail? In the real world, Principal Honey leaves his office with his stuff, and all the friends wait outside to gloat. Veronica says the good guys won, and Principal Honey's like, I stand by everything I've done, including making the video. I tried to make the school safer, and what happens in this town is not normal. And Betty's like, well, yeah, it's normal to us. And then Honey says he's going to Stonewall Prep as the new headmaster and getting a big pay raise. And the friends all feel sad in the lounge because it seems like he might have won. Miss Bell comes in and is like, for shame on you. He's the only good principal we ever had. He got 6 low-income student scholarships. He raised GPAs and the highest college application rate that we've ever had. And she hands Jughead a letter that he wrote to the University of Iowa for him. Jughead opens the letter later and realizes he has to fix his story. Back in the story, we go back to when Archie and Veronica found Principal Honey. Archie instead calls 911 for an ambulance. The friends all gathered at the hospital, and they're worried about what happens when he gets better. Veronica and Archie say they didn't want him to die, and the others can't actually believe the better alternative. And the two of them are like, you can't actually believe that the better alternative is that he's dead. In the real world, Jughead tells Betty he was reveling in the town's sickness, getting a kick out of torturing Honey. Jellybean comes in with a new tape from their doorstep. It's footage of the cabin where Hermione killed Sheriff Minetta. Bughead then visit the cabin and find a VCR with a tape in it, and they turn it on. And it's intercuts with Honey's letter, where it was a letter of recommendation for Jughead to University of Iowa. The tape is a group of people wearing masks of the friends as they stab a man to death, and the man is wearing a sign around his neck that says Principal Honey. The end.
Okay. A lot of questions here. First of all, or not questions, I guess, but so Honey made a fake video of the school pretending to be the voyeur.
The auteur now.
The auteur. to cancel prom. This man is fucking insane.
Yeah.
And he's now being investigated by the FBI, I presume, for making this copycat video.
Yeah.
And he still gets to have a job at Stonewall, which, whatever.
Stonewall is
And
what
we're
it is,
still
you
going to
know?
be like, oh, wow, maybe he wasn't too bad. Like, I do appreciate Jughead's message, which is like, you shouldn't revel in other people's misery.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you shouldn't want to make other people miserable. But it's also like, this man was not good.
No.
And I wish they kind of focused more on that. Like, if they really harped in more how, like, someone can be not good and not evil and still, like, fucking suck.
Yeah.
And, like, he was, like, Honey's getting off on canceling things for children.
Yes.
This man is weird.
He tortured Reggie.
He tortured Reggie.
It's really
He destroyed
weird.
Reggie's car.
Yeah.
He committed crimes.
Yeah.
He's very Black Hood in that way, where it's like, well, I'm doing this for all of you.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to let him get away with it. Why?
You could see, in a certain sense, a better way this could have done. It's like he is imposing these restrictions on them because they're doing all these outlandish things, and he can't let them get away with that because he's the person in charge that has to keep the school in order.
Yeah.
And also, like, the town has all these crazy things going on. But no, there's too much of, like,
And there's too much collective punishment for the rest of the school.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's weird.
It's really weird, right?
Yeah, when he's jumping to making his own video and stuff like that, it's like, nope.
Like, shitty people do
Sympathy
things
gone.
that are good on paper all the time. A lot of really horrible, wealthy people donate to some charities.
Yeah.
That doesn't make them good.
Uh-huh.
I totally get that it's don't revel in other people's misery, but I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah. And especially when it's like YA of like teens and like authority figures.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, well, you might not agree with like how they have this punishment. This doesn't mean you can they are horrible people or you should go out of your way to make their lives miserable just because they have to keep some semblance of order and authority over you. But that gets really muddled when he is doing like things above and beyond that are actually torturous.
Yeah. You said this earlier, and I really think it's poignant that Principal Honey just did not belong in Riverdale.
Yeah.
This man did not belong in Riverdale because he's like, this place is not normal. And Betty's like, well, it's normal to us.
When all the parents come in, it's
Yeah.
like, because that's the thing too that all the parents cheers. It's like, you kids have been through so much. It's like, yeah, these kids have been through so much.
Yeah.
You didn't have to lead with like an iron fist, and that's your downfall.
Totally. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So it mixes the message too much.
Yes, but it is fun. So let's look at how Jughead views everybody. So first of all, like I said, he thinks Reggie's a fucking idiot. He's not wrong.
No.
I also think it's funny that we use Reggie's senior prank, because I'm like, why would anyone ever listen to Reggie? Haven't we all learned from the Tickle episode? But I guess they weren't a part of this.
Kevin was.
Oh, that's true.
And he still goes like, hey, sign me up, boss.
Yeah, Kevin, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Babes, you're smarter than that. Okay, so also Kevin is not in the murder.
No, he isn't.
He's just there.
Jughead just doesn't include Kevin.
Yeah. Wonder why.
Doesn't think about Kevin. Oh, Kevin just rats us out. Or Kevin is just like...
more side character.
Yeah,
He's not part of the inner circle, but Reggie is.
Apparently.
Reggie probably had a higher featured role for the season, you know?
Yes.
Jughead's going off the list, and he's like, who's on the call sheet? What order?
Exactly, yes.
Okay, so Jughead thinks that Cheryl has backbone. He thinks that Cheryl is like, she isn't gonna fall for Honey's tricks. Like, she can outwit people. I really like that Cheryl is mean to Jughead, but Jughead views Cheryl as the powerful enigma that she is. He's like, yes, that is Cheryl Blossom, and she is what she is. He also views her as moral, and like more moral than the rest of them.
Right.
Because it goes Reggie, her, and Veronica are the ones that are most bothered by this, which I think is interesting, because when you think about who has been raised in cruelty, you would get Reggie, Cheryl, and Veronica. Like, they are raised in the most cruel, and no one's life has been great, but
no.
in the most cruel of environments.
Absolutely.
By far.
Yeah.
And so I think that there's a lot there's a lot there about that. Like, I don't know if that's all intentional or if it's more just like how Jughead reads these people or how our writer's room reads these people. But I thought it was interesting that Veronica is almost always morally good in the end.
Totally.
Like, Veronica's one of our most moral characters.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very black and white, which is really funny because she obviously does real sketch shit.
Yes.
And she comes from like a huge crime family.
But he understands that...
That's who she is.
Exactly, yeah.
He views Archie as a pushover because Archie goes in both versions of events. Archie is either all in on Betty and Jughead's, like, okay, we just have to handle this and do this, and he's the one correcting Reggie, or he is all in on Veronica saying we need to do this, and so therefore, like, I'm a good person. And I think that really highlights where Archie is as a character right now, which is like he's so unmoored and just like he's going with whatever and he doesn't really know. And I think that's a pretty accurate read of Archie.
Yeah, totally.
But then Jughead views himself and Betty as kind of like evil.
Oh, yeah.
Like they are not good.
Yeah.
And he views both of them that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really fun and interesting.
Yeah. I think that's especially as like the writer, if we're doing it of like him writing it here, it's like he feels
it's fun.
Presupposing that it's like, yeah, I can make us the worst.
Yes. And Betty's down with it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is funny. Like, wouldn't you feel a little bit weird if I started writing characters that were evil and I said they were all modeled after you? I'm like,
it would depend.
Yeah.
It would depend. If you were putting like literal facsimiles of us and it's like, okay, we're both in it together and we're both doing evil things.
You
then
might be
yes. Down. Yeah. But if it is like, no, I'm the hero and you're just
you're evil.
All these qualities of you are the evil person. I might be like, well, maybe we should have a conversation.
Do you imagine?
Yeah.
That's so fucked up. But no, I think you're right. I think it's them together, like it's them in cahoots kind of thing.
Yeah.
Reveling in being the villains. And I think Jughead's also then using that as a way to reflect on himself because he's like, oh, I was reveling in this.
Yeah,
and so was
totally.
and it was Betty's idea, so she was too.
Mm-hmm.
But so is this feedback for Betty or is it him just writing a story? I'm like, is this passive aggressive? Yeah. Jughead, are you being passive aggressive?
You might want to take a look at that passage.
You might want to read that again.
Exactly.
I just thought that was really fun and interesting.
Yeah, no, I love that.
Why do you think Honey cancels prom all the time?
Every school he's at.
Yeah.
That's the other thing too. It's like, what's up with that? You don't get like an answer, but it is weird.
Who's making all these videos with the voyeur? Because there's actors.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
How? Like, how
interesting.
And these people are wearing Betty and Jughead and Veronica and Archie mats. Like, do they not know them?
I don't know. We'll find out. Didn't seem like they knew a lot of the people at the rave.
That's true. So where was this rave?
I don't know.
How big is Riverdale? Who are these people?
Well, maybe it's just like people that they don't cross paths with. It's like, well, those are the rave kids.
At the high school?
Snuff
How
film
many people go to this high school?
enthusiasts. I mean, I wouldn't want to hang out with those kids. It's like they're doing...
There's a lot of people there.
Right.
And Jughead doesn't know any of them?
No, they're very insular.
But we know Ethel?
Yes. Very insular.
I'm confused all the time.
But I don't know. Yeah, we'll see if we know anybody.
Those are my thoughts and feelings on Chapter 76.
Perfect. Yeah, that's it for me, too.
All right. Should we go to Season 5, Episode 1, Climax?
Let's do it. All right. Chapter 77, Climax, which is named after Gaspar Noé's 2018 psychological horror film.
And the big part in a movie.
Exactly.
Or storytelling. You outline a story, there's a climax.
Mm-hmm. I watched Enter the Void in college, which is another Gaspar Noé movie, and I thought it was awful. So I did not have any interest in seeing Climax. Even though it sounds, I don't know. Yeah.
It wasn't your vibe.
Nope. What it is it's a dance troupe, is holding a day-long rehearsal in an abandoned school, and then on the final night they have a group party, and then it takes a dark turn when the sangria is spiked with LSD. Yeah, I don't know. Supposedly, what?
Is it come again?
Yeah. Supposedly, it's a lot of people liked it. It's just
Does
like,
it have real dancing in it?
it has real dancers. I don't know about real dancing.
Okay. As we know from my center stage tirade.
Yeah, I was looking at the production. The production sounds interesting because it was like they shot it in like 15 days. It was like highly improvisational, and there's like lots of like long takes and things that they like employed doing it. So it's just like they kind of just went like where the cast was taking it. So it seemed like there was a lot of good, I don't know, artistic interaction and things. So like that sounds cool, but I have no interest in watching it.
Ironic to name it after a movie like that if it's all loosey-goosey when we have an auteur who is trying to control everything.
Oh, right. Tightly controlled.
Yeah.
FBI investigates the cabin, and Honey is alive and well. They confirmed with him. Bughead tells Charles about the story Jughead was writing, and then the FBI finds 4 tickets. FBI.
That's his PI spinoff show we don't get.
Right. He's in Florida wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Forsyth PI.
Ooh.
FBI.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I would watch that.
That's Forsyth.
That's what they should have done. Skeet Ulrich was like, I really wanted to go do something else.
I did not want to.
Was this when Skeet Ulrich was dating Lucy Hale?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
Might have been later after he was off the show. I don't know.
Someone else can look that up. It's not really it's not relevant, but.
The FBI finds 4 ticket stubs that all have BV written on them, which Jughead links to Blue Velvet Video.
Betty goes, like Betty and Veronica.
Oh.
And it made me go, T for Troy.
That's right. T is a Troy.
That's a High School Musical 2 joke. And if you haven't seen High School Musical 2, what are you doing?
I know.
It's the best High School Musical.
Go watch it. It's a great film.
Yeah.
5 stars.
Is it your favorite High School Musical?
Oh, absolutely.
What's your least favorite High School Musical?
Probably 3.
Yeah.
Archie comes back from his morning run and finds that Veronica found the song he wrote for Betty. And she's like, oh, this is so sweet. Can you play it for me? And he's like, oh, the song sucks. Don't worry about it. And Veronica gets a text from Hiram to come home, and Archie had invited her to join him in the shower. And he had thrown away the song in the trash. As he leaves, Veronica looks at it and it's like, and gets it out of the trash. Hiram tells Veronica that his strength is building back up and he's beating this disease, but they don't really have a reason why.
Does Veronica join him in the shower or no?
She doesn't.
Her hair's dry when she gets home.
Yeah, either way. Veronica calls the doctor to confirm that he's not lying. Hiram's like, I've been trying this new workout regimen, which is apparently just beating up like random goons. It's just like, I can only describe them as like evil goons is who he's beating up.
As if he was playing FP.
Yeah, or like Archie.
Yeah.
But without the mask. He's just going around beating people up.
Yeah.
I don't know if to what end. To what end?
To what end is always the question.
And Veronica gets confirmation that it's true. He's doing better. David, the Blue Velvet Video owner, isn't talking to the FBI and says he's never seen these ticket stubs before. Betty asks Miss Bell if she recorded the fake video of Honey's death. And then Principal Weatherby is back with just a few war scars. Veronica and Archie toured...
No, Mr. Weatherby says, I make it through most nights without waking up screaming. And I said, me too. You know what? Right. That's all we can ask for right now.
Veronica and Archie take the Commandant to tour his center. And apparently when Archie had like kind of like backfooted like his interest on the academy earlier, the Commandant had looked into someone else who is apparently also a boxer.
What happened to his mom's girlfriend?
Is she still around? She's in these episodes.
Yeah, but isn't she the one who was getting him into the Naval Academy?
Yeah, but apparently the Commandant makes these decisions. Apparently Archie had a spot that the Commandant gave up. It was like when she had so this is okay, going back when because there was that time where he was originally potentially going to do it, but then said, no, I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. And then when his mom started dating the woman that was a recruiter, then he started getting put back in. And during this time, apparently there was only one spot remaining, and Archie's spot was taken.
Got it.
And then so the Commandant was like, oh, he's also a boxer, and we have a very good boxing program at the academy. And Veronica's like, well, why don't we have a boxing match for the spot? And it turns out Archie will fight K.O. Kelly, which is Katie Keene's boyfriend.
Veronica's bestie.
That's right.
In New York.
And also, for those keeping track, this airs in January 2021, and Katie Keene was canceled in July of 2020.
So Katie Keene had already been canceled.
That's right. Cheryl and Toni campaign for both of them to be co-prom queens, and Toni promises to be Serpent Queen once again. She's like, "Oh yes, I will be." Kevin comes up to sign Fangs to be prom king, and Cheryl says,
Was she
"No."
ever Serpent Queen?
Yes. Yes. No, she never becomes Serpent Queen.
Yeah.
She's like, "No, stuff that offer, Jughead."
Yeah.
So now she wants to lead them.
Yeah.
And then Cheryl gets Kevin to back off. K.O. Kelly visits Pops, and
is Jughead not King of the Serpents still? Do they just not exist anymore?
I don't know what's going on with the serpents.
FP
Who's in
brought
charge?
him into the police force thing. Remember, he made them junior explorers.
Yeah. Then what have they been doing since?
I don't know.
Cheryl, congratulations, Toni. You're going to be the queen of nothing.
Yeah. What happened to the pretty poisons?
Show is like no longer interested. What happened? Where did all the gangs go?
Where did all our girlies go?
Yeah. Hey, also the person who played what is it? Peaches and Cream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was also like, yeah, I was just on there because in response to Vanessa Morgan's thing was just like, yeah, I was also on there as a token black character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, Bernadette Beck, I believe, is her name. I'll have to double check that.
I miss back when we had Jughead as the new King of the Serpents, and Cheryl and Toni were just making out all the time, riding around on Tony's motorcycle.
Peaches and Cream, played by Bernadette Beck.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. That was a better time.
That was a good time.
Anyway, K.O. Kelly comes to town, and Veronica introduces him to Archie, and apparently K.O. is just going to stay with Archie. They're just kind of bros.
Yeah.
They're just kind of friends, even though they are up for this spot.
Cool, because, it's healthy competition.
Bughead visit Brett in jail because... So this is where I have
You would think KO would stay with Veronica.
Yeah. Nope. Go stay at Archie. on his floor.
Yeah.
Why is Brett in jail?
Because he made all the snuff films. Or he made all the... Not the snuff films, the sex tapes.
So did he actually go down for that?
Yeah.
It seemed like... So my read at the end of that thing was they beat the shit out of him because he wasn't going to go to jail because
they didn't have the tapes. So he had to tell them where the tapes were.
And then so that...
They beat him until they told him where the tapes were.
So then they could throw him in jail?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, show. You really can't be having that. That the cops are beating a confession of people. I don't care if the cops are the hero.
Cops. It's FP. And I think he quit being the sheriff. Well, no.
And
Charles didn't hit him.
He steps out. Oh, he allows this to happen.
He allows his father and his brother to beat up the man who made the sex tape of his brother and his sister. But don't worry, they're not brother and sister.
Yeah.
I have one question about this scene, though. Someone is bringing Brett hair gel or pomade.
Yeah, I mean he's rich.
He's got his little poof.
It's looking good.
I'm like, wow, Brett's doing his hair in jail.
Mm-hmm.
But he's in the same jail as, was it Water Baby?
War Baby.
War Baby.
Water Baby. Another thing I would have put past the show. But my read was that they beat him up so that because he wasn't going to go down for it. But
oh no, I always thought he was going to jail.
Got it.
Because he made child porn.
Right.
Or I mean, I guess I don't know if they're all 18, but still, he made illegal sex tapes.
Yeah. It just read to me that none of the Stonewall was getting in trouble for it because they were all rich and untouchable. And so the best they do was threaten Donna to not do anything.
No, I think they don't have evidence on Donna, but they had evidence on Brett.
Everybody else. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Well, just Brett, because the other one has diplomatic immunity. She leaves the country. The other kid's dead.
That's right. Jonathan is buried somewhere.
Mr. DuPont killed himself.
Yep.
It's just Brett to go down.
That's fair. Bughead visit Brett in jail to see if he can help them get leverage on David, and Jughead says he knows War Baby in there that could make Brett's life awful. Brett says David's customers want underground red band screenings, and they need to bring David a tape to make him take notice of them. Archie and Tom are worried about KO fighting Archie because he's so much bigger than him. It's very funny.
The heavyweight heartbreaker versus the Red Hope.
Ooh.
That's what KO says at one point about the two of them.
Love that. That's good marketing. Archie bets KO that he's stronger than him, and they have a strength competition of pull-ups, sit-ups, and push-ups, and Archie wins. Jughead thinks they can make a fake snuff film to convince David, and Cheryl doesn't want to help until Betty says they're going after the person who made a fake video of Jason and her dad getting murdered, and Reggie's going to be the other lead in the film. At Le Bon Oui, Veronica sings Archie's song as Betty looks extremely worried and side-eyes Archie. Lily Reinhardt does a great job selling this.
That side-eye, so good.
Cut daggers.
She's just like, you left that thing out for someone to find? And like, did you tell her it was about her?
Right. What did you tell her, Archie?
What did you do?
Why does she have this song? Why is she singing this right now?
And like, if you're willing to put it on her, that's fine. But that doesn't seem like what happened.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Archie,
but he's like, you're gonna blow up my life, you idiot.
Archie is like,
I kind of feel bad for Betty, and I know she cheated on Jughead.
Yeah.
She kissed Archie, and it was what it was. But like, Jughead really was being a fucking idiot at that point.
yes.
And like, Archie knows that she had, like, you know what I mean? Like, Archie had all the power in their dynamic for a really long time. So I put more blame on Archie. Also because I think men are evil and women are better.
And
so I forgive Betty.
Well, Betty understands it's a mistake.
Yes.
Archie doesn't.
Betty's like, this was a mistake and we should never do this again. And I don't want to lose everything because of this mistake.
Yeah.
Which is bad.
Yes.
But
it's still bad, but
rational. Like, it's more understandable.
Yeah.
It's like when you have a nightmare that you did something bad and now you're having to like reckon with it. Like, that's where you are with Betty in this. Whereas with Archie, you're like, this boy's dumber than a fucking rock.
Yes. He is all in. Archie goes to leave later that night and gives Veronica only a brief peck, and she seems to sense something is off. Cheryl and Toni discuss family stuff, and Toni doesn't want her grandparents to know she's gay, which makes Cheryl sad. KO and Archie...
They know she's gay. They don't want her to know she's with Cheryl, I thought it was.
That's later.
Yeah. I thought that was what it was even from there. Oh.
Because then Cheryl's pissed because it's like, you tell me that they hated me because I was a blossom.
I thought it was, she was like, they know I'm gay, but like they're not comfortable with me being like with somebody. You know what I mean? I thought it was like 3 steps.
Interesting.
Maybe I'm wrong.
That was it.
I don't know. I'm not good at paying attention right now.
And then KO and Archie have a nice chat before bed about the future. Hey, Archie, you still up? KO says, Katie says you and Veronica are in it to win it. And you know, us lugs, we leave the thinking to the women, but you and I lucked out.
Yeah. And
KO just seems like a nice himbo, but we'll see
Katie
how
and
that
Veronica can decide if they suck as boyfriends, basically. He was the heavyweight heartbreaker.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
I guess we'll find out in the show.
Yeah.
Bughead asks Kevin to give the tape to David. Toni talks to her grandma, and apparently Cheryl came by earlier, and she's like, what are you doing dating a blossom? Kevin and Betty come into Blue Velvet Video and show David the snuff film. David's like, nope, this is fake. Betty's like, well, I brought a backup in case. And Kevin's like, what are you doing? And it's the home video of her dad when he was little, of his mom telling him, like...
abusing him.
Yeah, abusing him. Yep. And David asked to screen it at his film festival /rave.
If someone was like, can I screen the video at my film festival /rave, I am turning and running the other way so quickly, because film festival /rave.
It made more sense in context
when we saw it.
Yes.
Remember we went to that thing?
Yeah. At the Mint.
Yeah. I was like, what am I doing that? Because I couldn't remember the name of the Mint. I was like, this is going to make us sound so bad.
Yeah, that we were going to a snuff film exhibition.
No, so we went to was this part of
MUTEK.
It was part of MUTEK,
which is a international like festival thing. They did 2 years in San Francisco, and then the pandemic hit, and I just don't think there was enough funding to keep it coming back each year.
It was really cool, some of the things, and some of them weren't, in my opinion. And it was like, because it was music and technology, like that's the big thing, right? Kind of. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so it was all over the city in different places, but there was one night we went to see a DJ at the Mint, which is former bank vaults, basically.
Mm-hmm. Old San Francisco minting building.
Yeah, so it was really cool because like there were things in the different vaults, and then there was like a bigger room with the DJ. Unfortunately, the room did make me fear for my life because it just felt like being in a small parking garage, like cement everywhere. and like no windows, and like the ceilings were low because like it wasn't designed for that.
Yeah.
And so I was like on the verge of a panic attack almost the entire time we were there, because I was like, if there's an earthquake, I'm going to die. And I don't think that's true. The building's probably safe.
Right.
I don't know. Not my journey. It didn't happen to me. But I was just like, this is really cool. Like, you know, when you can appreciate that something's really cool and they had different things happening in the little rooms, and also be like, I want to go home so badly right now. That was the feeling I had there. We saw lots of cool things with that though. I remember there was one DJ we went to see where everyone like sat on the ground. It like in a little theater.
Yeah.
It was like a little theater kind of in the Mission maybe.
Yes, gray area.
Yeah, that one was cool. I like that one. We went to one though in the theater there was a bunch of different like little kind of like exhibitions in a row, or like concerts, like performances.
And every single one that you've been mentioning, there were multiple acts.
Yeah. And so it was like some of the acts were really cool, and then one of them was basically like a guy dumping like nuts and bolts onto like a table to make noise for music. And I actually was like, I can respect when people are making art and like modern art and like that you're eliciting a response and all of these things, and it is not the response that I want to be participating in. Like, you can look at something and be like, good for you, not for me. But like I was like, I really wanted to see the next act. So I'm kind of like trying to like muscle through this like miserable auditory, you know, when something's just not, it's like how some people can't stand ASMR and then other people love it. It's like when you're just hearing a noise that you cannot stand. Like, I was like, if I go sit in the bathroom for 30 minutes, are they going to kick me out? Like, what's going to happen? Like, I'm not drunk, you know, like I was pretty sober.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing.
We'd maybe had like a glass of wine or
exactly. Something. Like there was nothing like that was like anyone, but I was like it was like, I'm sure there was some deeper meaning that I was missing. And it was the most miserable experience of my life in a concert music festival situation.
It had like moments, but it was,
There was the one where the person was like throwing the, like they were like throwing like, I want to say like ribbons, but I don't know what it was, and like making noise with that one.
Oh, right.
That was in the same theater, and that was after
really
that,
cool.
and that was really cool.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
But these sound so weird when you're describing them, and they were weird to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But it was fun. But yeah, so it was like, it reminded me of that, especially like the one at the Mint, because it was night and it was dark, and it was also like that kind of music where it was like a lot more like ravey EDM music.
Yeah, because what they would do is the one we're talking about, sitting down places like in a theater watching something, those were during the day, and then it's like at night it was a party.
Yeah.
So the Mint was more of a party, but they still had in the individual vaults different exhibitions.
We also went to a really cool bar. Do you remember? I want to say it was like ice themed, but I don't think the bar was actually like ice themed. Like ice is in like ice sculpture ice. And it was like you walked in, it was like all white, and there was like you went in and you went back and then to the right and there was a stage, but then to the other side was like a really pretty bar. Like, and the bar was kind of in the middle.
Was this at night?
Yeah, it was at nighttime. And it was really pretty. And
was
there
it
was
in
like
North Beach?
Maybe. And there were like benches on the wall you could basically sit on that were like carved out of the wall, and it was all white.
Oh, I'm trying to remember.
I don't remember where that was, but I saw a lot of really cool venues that I wouldn't have seen in San Francisco because of this, because we just didn't, like, we went to things, but we didn't go, you know, San Francisco has a lot of venues.
Yes.
As we learned through that festival.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it was a good time, but
it was
fun things and then weird things and then fun things and
totally.
then weird things.
Yeah.
It's definitely not like a Outside Lands Coachella vibe festival. This is like a weird artsy festival. It's more art festival than music festival during the day.
Yeah, like the parties
but
you can expect to
auditory.
hear like techno.
Yeah.
And then during the days it's like more experimental music. So that, you know, if you can't imagine.
Except for didn't we go to, wasn't the thing over in the dog patch?
Oh yeah, the final day was at the Midway, and that was just
DJs.
Yeah, exactly.
That one was good.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah. All right. Well, so we get the boxing match intercut with David's festival. Betty gets in and lets Jughead in through the emergency exit. They go through and see amateur videos set up in a bunch of different rooms. They find a video. They find a room where the video of Honey dying the recreation or the fake thing of Honey getting murdered is on, and there's a bunch of people in there wearing masks. Jughead tries to like ask a bunch of people who the director of the film is, and then just starts openly antagonizing people. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
What's really weird about this too is they handed Betty a mask to wear when she came in.
Oh, and she doesn't put it on.
She throws it on the ground when they're going up the stairs. Why didn't she put it on Jughead?
Right. They leave the room and find a man in an owl mask filming them in the hallway, so they go after them as a bunch of people fill the halls and start dancing. They run into Jellybean, and then Jughead stays behind with Jellybean as Betty goes after the owl mask. And Jellybean's like, we just heard there was a party here. Archie and KO's fight finishes, and KO Kelly wins. The Commandant tells Archie to reapply to the academy in the future, and Archie's like, I'm never applying to your school again, and walks off. Toni yells at Cheryl about going to her Nana, and Cheryl yells back about her not telling her the real reason that she didn't want to be open about their relationship. Cheryl apologizes for going to her Nana and wants her by her side at prom. Jellybean says her friend from soccer is in some group and found out about the rave, but she won't go to it again. Veronica comforts Archie in the locker room and offers to blow off prom to do something with him just instead, and he insists that he wants to go there to be with their friends.
Code for Betty. It's a code for Betty.
Toni shows up for Cheryl so they can go to prom together. She's like, you came. I'm like, from upstairs?
The craziest thing about this whole Toni thing, and we can get to it after the episode, is Toni's been living with Cheryl.
Yep.
Why does she care if her Nana and Grandpa like what she's doing? She hasn't lived there.
No. I understand that it's like you don't want to be cut off, but like you gotta...
Also, are they really going to cut you off?
I don't know. Yeah, you gotta... Exactly.
Most people are very weak-minded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Toni's not ready to really put the pressure on that yet.
Yeah, but you would think this would have come up when she ran away to join the farm.
Or ran away to go stay at Cheryl's.
And has lived at Cheryl's house for like a year.
I don't know what she told. You know what? She could just be lying to her grandparents this whole time, you know?
But where do they think she lives?
I don't know. That's a good question.
What's happening? Why does she, and so then why is she her Nana's like, oh, she has to be home by midnight. We got this at the end of the episode.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I'm like, when is Nana gonna start giving curfews? You don't live with Nana, you live with Nana Rose.
You have to move all your stuff back.
I'm so fucking confused.
Yeah.
They just like had to create friction and for no
Yes.
fucking reason.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, did the writer's room all forget the plot of the show?
Well, yeah. This is where your mileage may vary on what they do with Toni.
Mm-hmm.
Hiram says he's sorry about Archie losing out on the academy and offers to make him deputy mayor. Oh my God. Veronica comes out and her and Archie take pictures together, and then Bughead also takes pictures to prom. And we cut to prom where the classic Kiss Me by Sixpence None the Richer is playing. Reggie spikes the punch with Fizzle Rocks, but this never comes back up.
Yeah.
K.O. Kelly attends the prom with everybody? He's just around.
He's there.
So why not? Veronica and Archie dance, and she says she's going to defer Barnard for a year so they can work together. And Archie's like, well, I can't hold you back that way. And she's like, I'd rather lose a year than us be out of sync. And Archie's like, well, I wrote that song for Betty. Cheryl and Toni win prom queens and make herstory. In her speech, Cheryl invites Bughead and Archie for the court dance, and they all dance to Fade Into You. You'd think they would choose a better song. That's a little sad.
Well, I think that's the point.
Yeah, but I mean, for their dance. Suddenly, the music stops and the lights turn off, and a video is projected onto the stage of what looks like people at the rave dancing to Psycho Killer. It then cuts to a bunch of people in mass of the friends as they all stab someone wearing the owl mask, and the sign around the person's neck says David. Jughead smashes the laptop controlling music, and Betty turns off the screen. Bughead run off to investigate. Toni says she can't come to Thistle House because her grandma will cut her off if she's not home by midnight. And Cheryl says, go, be with her. Veronica and Archie catch up on Betty and Archie, and Veronica doesn't want to tell Jughead and blow that up yet. And Archie's like, well, what do we do now? And Veronica's like, we go our separate ways after graduation. Bughead go to Blue Velvet Video and find it empty. There's a camera set up there with a sign that says, smile, God is watching, and an empty seat with the owl mask on it. Veronica tells Hermione about Betty and Archie, and her mother comforts her, and Hiram watches angry from the doorway. Nana Rose comforts Cheryl, and then Charles says there's an APB out for David, and the FBI think he's the auteur. Archie comes home and finds a videotape on his porch, and it's a recreation of the Black Hood holding up Archie at Pops. The end.
Okay, I have one thing for this episode. I'm going to do one rose and a lot of thorns. Well, there's a couple of roses, but I really appreciate that this show is like, you know what? We actually can't blow up Betty and Jughead right now because we have a really good plot going on and we don't want to ruin that. And I say thank you. You know what?
We got to give it
Veronica,
a little longer.
Thank you. Because we don't need to blow up Betty and Jughead.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we don't need to blow up Betty and Jughead. I don't like.
Yeah, we like them to be together.
It's good when they're together. I'm happy when they're together. I'm going to say Archie took advantage of a sad girl.
Yeah.
I mean, he was also sad and she's equally to blame. But we
know who we're going to blame.
Yeah, I'm going to blame Archie. And that's wrong and I know it and I don't care. I have a lot
It's a bad situation.
Okay, so Thorns, Archie Andrews.
Yeah.
Let's start from the beginning. Well, it's not actually. Let's start from the end. Archie waiting until prom to tell Veronica this is diabolical. So narcissistic men really like to do this thing where they take where a woman is in a very high, happy, successful, I'm making my own empowered decisions moment in their life, and they feel bad about themselves, or well, I don't know if Archie's technically a narcissist, but it's like he's kind of being like self-pitying. But narcissistic men like to take when you feel really good about yourself and make you feel bad, and they like to ruin good moments. Archie literally can't think about anyone other than himself. So like in some ways I'm like, you're 18, and then other ways I'm like, you're a narcissist. But he is like, I can't live with this guilt anymore, or I don't want to ruin your life.
Yeah.
So instead of just being like, hey, I don't think I have feelings for you anymore, or I think after graduation we should go our separate ways, or even just like, I think you should go to Barnard and I will stay here and we will figure it out, which is another great option. He's like, that song was for Betty. And I kissed her. You didn't have to tell Veronica that you kissed her. I don't think you should hide things from your partner. Right. I don't think anyone should have kissed anybody, just in general. Chastity all the way. You know me. I'm anti-teenagers kissing.
Yes.
I believe in abstinence only. No, I don't believe in any of that shit. But I think that it is so ridiculously mean to do this to her at prom.
Yeah, exactly. He should have done this a while ago.
Or just kept his fucking mouth shut. If you're gonna do something and you're gonna have to feel guilty about it, it is not my fucking problem. If it doesn't impact me, you're not giving me an STD. I don't know. Like, I just think at the high school level of this relationship, like, if you were going to do it and keep your mouth shut, keep your mouth shut. If you're going to do it and you feel guilty and you have to tell her, then tell her, but you don't tell her at fucking prom.
Well, we find that the straw that breaks the camel's back is that she's like, I'm going to defer to be with you. And he doesn't want to be with her. And that's the main issue.
And so why doesn't he just say, I don't want to be with you? Instead, it has to be, there's someone else.
Yes.
Which is so fucked up because also Betty doesn't want to be with him. She's over there with Jughead feeling great.
Yeah.
And Veronica knows this. So Veronica, I mean, I'm not saying she's going to be nice to Betty about it, but Veronica is not looking at this and being like, oh, Betty is trying to take Archie, you know?
Yeah.
But it's crazy town. It's also very, like, I understand it's full circle in the sense that, like, Betty had this huge crush on Archie at the beginning of the show, and then Veronica kissed him.
Yeah.
So then at the end of this high school arc, it's like, okay, well now Veronica obviously loves Archie and Betty's kissed him. But like, Archie is not that hot of a commodity. The boy doesn't even have a college to go to. Reggie's at least going to go to Riverdale Community College.
Yeah.
Maybe. What's Archie doing?
Well, yeah, Archie's just in blow up his life mode at the moment. And to the point you were making about how Jughead sees him, that's where Archie is. He thinks he's thinking for himself, but he blows where the wind is blowing because he doesn't know what he wants to do with his life, and he can't just go, I'm gonna fully commit to being in the town and being at the center.
Because I don't know what I want, and that's okay.
Right.
And owning it. Being like, hey, Veronica, I don't know what I want.
He's being self-pitying and being a coward and hiding from things, and so that's why this eventually comes out. And probably the whole reason that he even started being interested in Betty to begin with.
She reminds him of like safety in the home, in the town, and it's simpler times.
Totally. And when the going got rough and he's having a hard time processing anything,
Betty's always there.
That's right.
Because she's a good friend.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I hate him.
Yeah.
As per usual. Archie's basically always been my least favorite character.
Yeah, and he's in the worst position he's been in this entire show of being just like unlikable.
Yeah. Before, at least he was like dumb, like and well-meaning, and now you're just like, oh, you're absolutely unlikable.
Yeah, and that's the. I mean,
I think that's
like it is done well because he's being an unlikable asshole, like written that way, and he's just because even how he like blows off the commandant and whatnot.
I think it's a really great way to highlight how the American dream and like how it's pitched to children is like becoming disinfatuated with it, I guess. And like really for him to be like, I had this vision of how my life was going to go. Like if you go back to the beginning of the show, it's like Archie's this like all American boy. He plays football. Right. He gets the girl. He wants to also play music. Like it's like this very simple, like he's got this big dream kind of thing. And then his life doesn't pan out that way throughout high school because of course it doesn't. And also it's Riverdale, so it really doesn't. And the loss of his dad on top of that, he can't quite accept that and reground that like, okay, I now have to regroup and figure out who I want to be in this reality that I live in and not the daydream that I spent all of my life in.
Right.
Because he had his life always worked out for him. Betty always made sure he got the grades. His dad always made sure he didn't get in too much trouble. You know, like someone was always watching out for him. Jughead helped him. Like everyone was always helping him. And then now, or Veronica even.
Yep.
And now it's like, what can Archie do for Archie's self?
Yeah. And
I think it really highlights how that lie of that American dream concept of like, oh, it'll all work out. And then like how these boys believe that their lives are supposed to just be handed to them and so easy.
Yes.
And like Archie's life is not handed to him and it is not easy. And yet he is given so many things. That boy has he has 2 businesses that he like he's got so many things that make him special and unique and that he could be either utilizing to have the money to go to college or utilizing to just learn how like going to business school and running his businesses and just doing those things or staying in Riverdale and making the town better. Like there's so many things Archie could decide he wants to do. Does he want to be mayor one day? Does he do the deputy mayor thing with Hiram?
Yeah, that's a great option.
And instead he blows up his fucking life and all his
working
opportunities.
For Hiram, not that's always a little sketchy, but
it would get him closer to a goal or something. And he cannot get out of his own way because it's not all exactly how Archie wants it. Archie right now, all he wants is Betty. Mm-hmm. And so since he can't have it, then all of it is bad. And I'm just like, oh my God, I hate him.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of like how a lot of teenage boys, and I feel like it's even more prevalent now, like where we have these like boys. Archie is not red pilled in that way, but where they believe they are entitled to specific things and people and relationships. And if they don't receive those things or people or relationships and all of that, they make themselves and everyone else miserable instead of just bucking it up and figuring it the fuck out.
Yeah.
And it's one thing to be like, oh, I'm really upset that I didn't get this thing. Like that's a human reaction. To be like, oh, I really wish this person liked me or that my life worked out different or that my dad was still alive. Those are all fucking normal. And we could really feel bad for Archie if that's what it was. Like how Betty is for the entire fucking, or really until she meets Jughead, but you're like gets with Jughead. She's always known him, but you know, you cannot feel bad for Archie.
Nope.
And they do such a good job of making you feel that way. And so I'm like, it's a really like apt, like kind of analogy of the world we live in. Yeah. Like this boy did not grow up. He did not change. He did not develop. He could not, like he would learn the wrong lesson like 9 times out of 10. And so now this is what we ended up with.
Yep. And he has never learned to open himself up. And that's why he's actively pushing away people that are trying to help him. Mm-hmm. Veronica being number 1.
And his mom and the like all of that, you know?
Yeah.
I don't agree with what his mom's trying to do. I wouldn't want to send my kid to a military academy, but
exactly. He's just like, well, I'll go with this for now. And then when it doesn't, exactly, it's not what he wants. He doesn't know what he wants.
Exactly. So, okay, I'm done with my tirade on Archie. Toni. Why? I've basically already laid this out. Toni has lived with Cheryl for who knows how long? Well, a long time. Toni and Cheryl spend all their time together. They are always together. They were off gallivanting together all summer on Toni's motorcycle last summer.
Yeah.
They have been together for like a fucking year, if not more. What the fuck is going on? Why are we breaking them up now?
Yeah. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Because there has been nothing grounding in Toni having her own personal life.
Yeah.
For that to come up. Because you can understand how this might work as a storyline of like...
If it had been from the beginning.
Yeah. I don't want to be out about a relationship for XYZ reasons. I don't want to tell my parents. And that causing friction. And that totally makes sense. That's like...
we already had that with Kevin and Moose.
Right. Yeah.
So we're just giving Toni a recycled plot point.
Yeah.
And we're not even...
But it's
retrofitted.
Right. And it makes sense why her family would hate the Blossoms.
Totally.
But then her family don't exist, really.
Yeah.
They're just being shoved in now, even though Toni's been her own person for forever.
Yeah. It's like when you watch a Pretty Little Liars and all of a sudden it's like their moms ground them and you're like, they don't have parents.
Right.
Like, that's not the point of this show.
Yeah, Pam cooks her dinner, and then that's about Pam's function, I guess.
Yeah, you're just like, oh.
Otherwise, like, Emily is, like, traveling to Philadelphia to track down
or like
on a Tuesday.
Ella's living at home now, I think.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's just weird. So I don't like that because I think it's, like, they couldn't even bother to create a better plot. Like, if she was like, oh, I just found out. Like, my family just found out that she's Cheryl Blossom.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. I don't know
they're
how.
very visible. They've been very visible.
They haven't been hiding.
No.
Yeah. It's not like anyone doesn't know. But yeah, so that's really my big takeaway from this. It's like Romeo and Juliet, but like, let's make it like a year later.
Yeah.
And
Romeo and Juliet have been having a perfect relationship up until
if they'd actually been together for a while and then all of a sudden they were like, actually we can't be together because our parents, like, it doesn't make any sense. Or one set of parents,
exactly,
grandparents even.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't think beating people up is going to heal your muscular diseases,
really,
but I don't know, and Hiram Lodge's doctor apparently believes so too.
I don't get it.
I
don't get, what is Hiram doing? Who is he beating up? Who are these people?
Well, and how is it healing him?
I don't know.
My muscles hurt because we went on a run the other day. Like, I'm not...
He got the same injection that Captain America got.
That's what I was going to say. He got, like, the super soldier serum.
Can you imagine, like, this... You know how they, like, did this...
Right? It's super soldier serum?
Yeah. You know how, like, they make Chris Evans, like, CG, like, super scrawny and skinny? Like, he looks emaciated. What if they did it to Morgan?
But it's... Or, like, Bella from Twilight when she's...
Oh, my God. When she's having Renesmee.
Yeah.
I hate that the fourth movie so much. It's so bad.
Well, the two movies, right? Or the
part one. Part two, I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
I barely remember what happens in part two, to be honest. All I remember is the pro-life propaganda of the fourth one.
Yes, yeah. That's because Rosalie wants Bella to keep the baby because she wanted to have a baby or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
And everybody's telling her, it's like, this baby is going to kill you. And she's like, no, I have to have it.
Yeah. Fuck that. I think everyone should be entitled to an abortion. I think the first question should be when someone says I'm pregnant, it's like, do you want to abort it? Or do you want to keep it?
Exactly.
Are you sure?
Here are your options.
The worst part about being in my mid to early 20s was when people told me they were pregnant. I would be like, yay? Or do you need me to take you somewhere? Yeah. Like, I don't know where we're going with this. And I just I'm happy for you either way.
Congratulations, we're getting in the car.
Yeah. You went in and out on the way home.
That's right.
Got it. And I think that's how you should approach it. I mean, you know, I think everyone should have access to abortions.
Yes.
And I hate the pro-birth bullshit.
Yep.
I'm not pro-birth. I might be, you know, I'm pro if you want to birth, you should get to birth. But you shouldn't have to birth.
Yeah.
And that's why I think men should have to birth. That's the legislation I'm going to pass as your mayor.
That's right.
And I'm self-nominating myself as the mayor of this podcast.
It's called the Junior Law, and it's named after the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he's pregnant.
Wait, that's a thing?
Yeah, there's a movie called Junior where Arnold Schwarzenegger's pregnant.
No way.
Yes. He's like a scientist and gets himself pregnant.
No way.
Like yes.
That's real?
Yes.
No.
It's called Junior.
If you told me you had a dream and this was a plot, I would believe
They
you.
did it on How Did This Get Made? I knew about this because my friend Danny knew about it.
That's so funny.
I never watched it. Okay, yep, here we go. 1994.
If anyone's seen this, tell us about
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito, and Emma Thompson.
What a crew.
The film follows Alex Hesse, an Austrian-American scientist who agrees to undergo a male pregnancy from a newly developed drug, expectane.
Okay, we got super soldier serum and expectane going on today.
Expectane, yeah.
Okay, well.
Yeah, I'm pregnant. It's my Arnold. Thank you very much.
I think that's it for this episode.
All right. Well, you can find this podcast on all your podcast platforms of choice at Dead Ends, and you can also find us on YouTube for the video version at dead_ends. The podcast art is made from Vengenic, and you can find a link to their Tumblr in the podcast episode description. You can also leave us comments and things on YouTube. We love talking to people on there. You can also write us an email if you'd rather talk to us through that avenue, deadendspcast@gmail.com. And you can also follow us on Blue Sky at dead-ends and Instagram at deadendspcast.
Well,
we don't fit in.
And we're not gonna fit in.
And we love you so much.
We love you so much.
And we'll see you next week for the end of our Riverdale coverage for now.
Yeah. And then we go to Sabrina.
That's right.
Katie Keene, and then we come back to Riverdale.
That's right.
And then we have to suffer through a little shorter of a season, and then we get to the fun season. Right?
Oh.
Of Riverdale?
I see. Yes.
Until we get to the fun season.
Yes.
Let's just say Super Soldier Serum doesn't sound so fantastical once you get to season 6.
It's a good time.
We love you.
Goodbye.
Bye.